Have you ever wanted to be a buccaneer, a swashbuckler, or simply take ships to islands where there's parrots with knives in their mouths apparently? Well, join us as we play Catan Junior. So I'm going to start with the unboxing, and Catan Junior obviously is part of the Catan series. It's obviously designed or targeting towards children. Now this is a version that basically is a pre-played version, so we're obviously going to have some wear and tear on it, but there's your rules. Rules, to be fair, for kids, I mean it's pretty well put together. They are, after all, know their audience. They are targeting younger people, so they keep it to the point where kids are able to really easily navigate it. I would say that what I really like is the fact that it's very descriptive, lots of pictures that mean something, not just empty silly pictures, and it really kind of puts together exactly what you need to do in as simple and as straightforward as possible a narrative. And I like them. I don't know exactly if kids would like them though, but what I would say by that is actually I do think kids would like them, so just ignore me. Now you've got the board, and obviously very well put together, very simple, minimal board, looks good. And then of course you've got, for lesser players, you've got the smaller one. This is also for if you're just starting out, so it's a lot easier to kind of understand. Then we go on to the actual items themselves. So you've got those, and they've been put into bags obviously for people to be able to see. Then you've got your dice, and you've got obviously your little ports as well. Once again, more tokens of items, more ships, and then you've got your actual squares themselves, and finally your cards to explain builds and how to build stuff. All pretty good. Now obviously apologies, this is obviously a pre-played game. Apologies, I can barely get that out, but it's just because this way we can go through the Catan series as we slowly but surely navigate all of them. And so join us now as we review Catan Junior. So there really is a lot to like about Catan. I haven't done a playthrough because I think that, to be honest with you, the game itself is really targeting kids. I will probably try to put together a separate playthrough video if there's any interest in it. But anyway, just to get to the point, the game's targeting for kids is perfect because I think that for children, this game is ideal to get them into more Euro games, more sophisticated games, more resource and placement games, because I think, to be honest with you, kids might find it slightly tricky to fully encapsulate all of the ideas within the bigger games like Catan, and this minimises them to a point where they still function well, but they still really work for the audience that they're targeting, and I really respect that. I think that this is something that, you know, the producers of the game have really worked on and kind of pulled off well. There are a few issues. I think that the game sometimes is slightly clunky. The rolling situation can be slightly dull, but I still think kids will enjoy it. I think that kids will like the fact that the game's pace it's very rapid. It really runs through pretty quickly. I mean, if you look at the box, it says 30 minutes, but I think that you can probably do it in 20 if you really, put your mind to it. Especially if you've got fewer players, 2 players, it will run through pretty quickly. Although, to be honest, it does suggest that you start with, well, it does say 2 players, but it normally suggests you start with 4. But overall, Catan Junior has kept alive the idea of children being introduced into games that are more bigger, broader themes, more sort of expansive than your classic roll and run sort of games. This is a very good game, and I think kids will love it.